Opus 4.8 dropped today. It is the exact same price as 4.7, but it fixed a overwhelming majority of the issues that people had with 4.7. If you're already using Claude Code, upgrade now. And if you want to know exactly what's changed and how to use it better, I'm going to cover everything you need to know more in the next 5 minutes. Let's get it. So starting with what's new, there's three main things. First things first is your effort levels, right? You have a slider in Claude Code that essentially is going to take you from low to medium to high to extra high all the way up to max. And then there's even an extra area called ultra code. Now, the benchmarks that you're seeing is essentially defaulting to high, so they're all based off of the high metric. The difference between low and high and extra high in this model feels like a completely different version of Opus. So for simple tasks, you're going to want to dial it down to the low and medium settings. For complete agentic runs, you're going to want to push it up to high and even extra high. This is the single biggest lever that you have right now. Second is going to be dynamic workflows, right? Type /workflows in Claude Code, and you're going to unlock multi-step autonomous execution for very large scale problems. I'll cover this in its own video. It's a lot. Last biggest change is the honesty upgrade. Anthropic spent most of the update talking about how 4.8 is a lot more honest with you. If you use 4.7 or really any normal LLM, there's a lot of times where you ask it to do something, it tells you it's done, and then you're like, well, did you actually do it? And then it's like, no, I actually didn't, now that I'm thinking about it. Whereas with 4.8, it's going to essentially take that misaligned behavior and take it in half as compared to 4.7 and even other major models like GPT. Which brings me to my next section of what was broken in 4.7 that made everyone so mad. So 4 things that people were really pissed off about. Number 1, it gave up on tasks too early. 2, it had a lot of safety overreach. It refused to do a lot of different items that it should not have refused to do. 3, it burned tokens so freaking fast. And 4, it had an attitude. There were some times where you'd use 4.7 and it was stubborn and short, sometimes almost even sassy when you would ask it to do something. All 4 of those were directly addressed in the blog posts here, and they've removed everything in 4.8 while also making 4.8 the same amount of tokens as 4.7. The sustained autonomy is now baked into the core model instead of being a band-aid fix. And the vibe is noticeably, it feels a lot warmer. Whether the token efficiency is actually improving, so you're not spending a bajillion dollars to do the same tasks that you were in 4.6, we're only going to be able to tell after I run a couple sessions on it. But Anthropic is claiming that you'll be able to get a lot more out of the tokens you already have. So here's how to use it. Do not just swap 4.7 for 4.8 and then trust everything to fix itself cleanly. You're going to want to watch your first couple sessions, and there's 3 main adjustments that I think you need to make right now. Number 1 is making sure that you're going into each session with actually setting your effort level. In 4.7, I kind of just let it rip and do it at once. But in this scenario here, you're going to want to make sure that you're setting your effort level based on task complexity. So low for simple mind-numbing tasks and at least high for more complex tasks. You don't want to leave it as default on high for everything. And I would say that either you're going to be in the low or you're going to be in the high and ultra high sections. 2, you want to make sure that you're telling the model what to do instead of telling the model what not to do. Instead of saying things like don't use M dashes, instead say something like, hey, I want to make sure that this matches my natural communication style. Here's an example of what that looks like. The why behind the instruction is going to make it stick a lot better than just simply saying like, don't do this again. Lastly, know that 4.8 reasons before it actually calls in tools. So it's going to think through the approach before it starts calling in your additional external MCPs or external data. That's going to be really good for complex work, and it's going to save you a lot of tokens. But it is something to account for when you're expecting it to go through 5 or 6 tools very quickly. My take, the benchmarks look pretty good. They always do. 4.8 is going to beat 4.7, which beat 4.6. Something to note is that it does beat GPT 5.5, but only when it is operating in extra high mode. The remaining modes, it actually loses the GPT 4.5. But benchmarks are always not going to be your workflow. It's different for everyone. Test it against your actual pain points from 4.7 and see if those specific problems are gone. That's really going to be the only benchmark that matters. One more thing, Anthropic has confirmed and teased that there is a brand new model that is called Mythos, and this is supposed to be some higher intelligence, currently limited to a small organization within cybersecurity work. It sounds pretty kick-ass. It's not public yet, but it is coming. So Opus 4.8 is not the ceiling. It's essentially just the next step. I highly suggest you upgrade today, give it a try, adjust your effort levels, give it some instructions, context, and see how it performs for your actual work. Give it a try. Let me know how it works for you guys, and I'll see you in the next episode.